What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 31 of my Total Warhammer 3 Kairos Fateweaver Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Garrulus found himself a very nice little fight against the Bloody Hands outside their former capital of Ekrund, which we have clearly taken for ourselves. It went well despite the fact that Garrulus was outnumbered, and I was pretty impressed with his army, and generally speaking. Of course, we had the help of a brutal business powering up both our Chaos Warriors and our Forsaken considerably. I guess we'll see how effective the army is after this is gone, though to be fair, this was also powering up the Orcs as well, and though I guess the damage dealer, the fast-attacking Frenzied Forsaken, probably benefited more from it than something like a Black Orcs unit would, so, you know, depends. It depends. We'll probably face out plenty more of Bloody Hands before we destroy the faction, because there's, 12-ish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, okay, 11. 11 left. Settlements. The 11 settlements left. I am very eloquent today. Prepare for a episode of much eloquence. Anyway, that I believe was pretty much close to the end turn, that we do have buildings to build, and I was thinking about somewhat changing up the way that we're doing recruitment right now, which may be of benefit. So we're going to do that in a few seconds. So let's move you two heroes around to wherever you needed to go. Adamantus, you also need to move up. Lots of hero movement lately. Like so. Now, with regards to the hero recruitment, here's what I was thinking. Rather than having somebody go all the way to Garrulus, we simply get some global recruitment out of a new temp lord for Garrulus out in Ekrund while Garrulus takes the surrounding territories. Whereas then we will not be needing the... we'll not be needing you or you. A waste of a turn, unfortunately, but not a big deal. We still need you because you're going to Kairos, though. And this will open up more space for you, Vindex, to recruit more units for yourself. Unless we want other units to go to Kairos, but I'm not sure that we necessarily do. We can transfer all of you to Kairos and then delete Voljax, at least temporarily again. And Kairos can have these guys replaced, and oh, we can bring these high-level pink horrors back to Vindex. Yeah, that's something for him to do as well. We also want some... well, yeah, this army can't really be changed up right now, at least not that much, unfortunately. And the reason for that is we don't yet have access to Lords of Change except in one location, it's halfway across the map, and we don't yet have access to the Exalted Flamers, which would go here, or the Burning Chariots, so basically a lot of the units that would fill up Kairos' army, unfortunately. And we'll deal with it later, I guess. Yeah. Alrighty, and I don't think there's anything else that we can build in one turn that we would want to give to Kairos. I think we'll leave it as it is. Instead, Vindex, you will be using some of these points here, as in building points, to build, let's say, at least one Flamer, so you three can become one unit. Okay, now. All of you can become one unit. There we go. And that's a Flamer for you. And presumably at least one unit of pink horrors. We will probably also build a bunch of exalted horrors here. It's going to be a primarily horror army, so yeah. I don't want to go overboard on any of the types of horrors, but we do want Vindex to get the Thoric Ironbrow defeat trait, so we're going to have to try to get him up there. Maybe if we can get Iber down here to deal with this, then Vindex can leave without worrying about attacks from these armies. Though we'll have to see. Otherwise, I guess we're free to build buildings, so build buildings we shall. Barrier Idol is ignored because that's going to our allies. Granti Mingol, you definitely need an upgrade immediately. I'm actually shocked that nobody has attacked you yet, considering. This stuff can be ignored for now. Heart of the Jungle, obviously ignored. Black Tower of Arcan, yeah, you're fine. You are fine. You are not fine. We need more money. And, oh, you need to switch out to... You know what? Maybe we switch to this right now. We have... Yeah, alright, fine, do this. It's kind of an expense, but, you know, it's not going to go to the next level very soon anyway. Not within those 5 turns, so we might as well get you. Yeah, alright. This place is growing rather slowly anyway. Alrighty, Never-Ending Chasm, get you more money, and more money for Telaqua. Man, Telaqua growing fairly slowly as well, or at least maybe it seems like it. Despite, oh, it only has the 2 thaumaturgic reefs, not 3 like normal. Okay, fair enough. I can see why you're growing slowly. We got Kasabar ready to upgrade to the final level, though not yet because it still has a few of these things to build, so we'll leave it as it is for now. Though we will upgrade it later. Next up, Devil's Backbone. Yes, same thing goes for you. We can take you to level 5, but we won't want to do that until everything is here with regards to the infrastructure buildings. And you are a military building, so you can be built up. You are a military building... Oh, wait, actually. These military buildings can be built later once you switch to a cascade, and you can do that, it's just that we can't afford to do so right now. Alrighty, Temple Avenue of Gold, you are fine as you are. And we are good at the Lost Palace and the Southern Wastes as well, though that's not surprising, because this territory is ancient. Lamia, wait. Lamia, you can start building some military buildings, I guess, or medicinal military buildings anyway. A little bit expensive, but you have the cascade, so they're not getting any cheaper, so you might as well. And then lastly, you can either build a Moment of Potential, or you could build another one of these things, an Inchoate Forge. It really depends on if there's another location nearby that's building an Inchoate Forge, and I think this is a pretty good place for it, actually. Mostly because it's on the edge, close to the dwarfs, and we may need to actually build that, an army here. Yeah, so let's do that. Though the expense is, once again, relatively great. Alrighty, and I believe that's about it. Though we do still have a little bit of cash, I do want to double check, did we build? Yeah, we are building a tier 5 Pink Blaze here, because this is where Kairos' army is going to come from, when we get it up, and wink, and I believe we can do a few things here. Ooh, Doom Knight's out of here, but this is Occam's Forever Maze, and it's pretty far and unlikely that we're going to be getting anything out of it. Actually, ideally, we'd want to get something out of here somewhere close by. Or we just save the money for the tier 5 upgrades that are coming in shortly. Maybe that's the better way to do it. Or we got a lot more. You know what? Let's keep building up the walls. If nothing else, the walls need to go up everywhere and we can't reduce their costs. So we might as well. Alrighty, I believe we're good now, so we're ready to end the turn once more. Let's see what exactly the remnants of the remnants of Camry do. Although remnants may be a strong word, they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settlements. I still don't know how they have Carrick Bufdar, but whatever. Alrighty. And we're about to get Exalted Locus of Conjuration, which is very nice for those horrors, since we're building a horror army right now. And I think we checked Magic Manipulation last episode, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, we're good there. Alrighty. It took quite a while, didn't it? Lots of admin, unfortunately, but what can you do? Let's skip the rest of that and turn and proceed. And you're going to Valea's Sorrow. Great for you. You're actually listening to what you're told to do, Scarbrand. Still hoping that he doesn't kill Thorak. That would be unfortunate. And just keep Thorak alive. And oh, it looks like Skaldor is here to reclaim the Crooked Fang Fort. We're going to be fighting the dwarfs soon anyway. It really would be nice if Scarbrand would actually take some of these territories. Alright, there we go. And Hero recruited a new Cultist of Tzeentch or a tiny bit of cash. Well, let's try the Cultist. You never know. It might be a good one. And if it isn't, well, then we just instantly delete it. Ally mobilized against settlement exiles. Yes, sent at the Fortress of Dawn. I really wish it wasn't so far away. Rite of Awakening, settlement besieged, Pools of Despair. Where the heck is that? Oh, he actually sieged Kairos. He is insane, okay. Confederation between Talzin and Torgavan. There's that Exalted Locus of Conjuration. And you have Weapons Master. I'd really prefer Keymaster since you're... Yeah, you're on the War Shrine, and while this could possibly help... If you're going to be on a War Shrine, it doesn't really help that much, so we're going to just disband you, and we'll maybe get a better one. Alrighty, well, Kairos, apparently you didn't heal this turn because this guy sieged you like a complete maniac. We will then attack him shortly. Will this necessitate a cinematic battle? It looks pretty easy to me, but Kairos' army is at half health, to be fair. There is that to consider. Iber, I don't actually want you to go after Thorek. Yeah, see, King Erotic is gonna move in to attack Vindex. Vindex can't kill him, I don't think. He's got too much elite stuff, so we'll have to have somebody else do it. Voljax, you, either way, have to go to Kairos, although, you have to wonder, if we keep you here for a turn, maybe we could kill this guy with these two armies together, although once again, we'd have no melee line whatsoever. Though that said, what if we ambush outside Springs of Eternal Life? What's the likelihood that that succeeds? Relatively low, but we could give it a try. You know what? Go here. And ambush. Kairos can wait for his extra units. I don't think he's going to care much, because if we kill these guys with Vindex, it would be pretty darn great. Also, while you're here then, you can make a few more pink horrors. This probably will be too many, in fact. And do you need more flamers instead? You already have 2 flamers. And you're gonna get Kairos' pink horrors as well, so you'll get 5 of those, plus the, let's say 6 blue horrors, and the rest can be iridescent. So yeah, I think we don't really need any more pink horrors right now. And there's really nothing here that we would really need. What if they have artillery? Do we put some screamers in this army? Just so it has an option? Ugh. But I wanted it to be an almost all horror army, but you know what, it probably should have at least something in the way of flyers, because, you know, this is an issue. Fine, game, fine. If that's the way you want it. Alrighty, let's get to the next upgrade, which I don't know what is gonna be, because we have pretty much everything, don't we? Bunch of bound spells, Treason of Tzeentch, Fires of Change, Secret of I guess the Tzeentch Corruption for all provinces is what we go for next. Alrighty, and you know what? Let's say we've done enough admin, and I don't see a battle coming up this turn, which means let's fight you cinematically. Close victory, eh? Alright, well, close victory sounds good to me, because that might make it fun, although I am not super confident in the enemy. I've been surprised before by Cetra, so who knows? Maybe King Araru will pull something off. Let's get to it.
Long prophesied, our fates bound together.
Listen to Kairos, King Araru. This whole thing is insanity, but hey, you can give it a try. As usual, we're going to open up by Kairos annoying the heck out of the enemy with his magical artillery. And what the heck was that, Kairos? He just missed every shot. There we go, that's a little better. For some reason, a lot of the times it seems that when the Necro-Sphinxes and the Camry War Sphinxes just stand still like this, a lot of shots miss. They go through their head, which is kind of interesting. But when they move, a lot of the shots do not miss. I wonder why. Very strange. I guess the head isn't actually, like, it isn't part of the hitbox, which is why they go through the head. Although, but then, if it isn't part of the hitbox, why would the blue fires actually try to target it? And I think these are actually hits. It almost looks like they're bouncing off the shield of the enemy lord. Actually, speaking of the enemy lord, he's nearly at half HP, and we're doing damage to the enemy army already. Look at the damage on those poor units. Kairos has got plenty more where that came from, of course, and he's also not suffering a lot of damage himself. Indeed, I think this has annoyed the enemy, and they are going to start moving their units forward. But we have another advantage. Even though our own army is pretty badly damaged, we've set up the poor little garrison forces out here, even landed the flyers, so that the enemy essentially gets stuck on them while taking all the ranged fire and, well, fire from our flamers. So I think that'll work out pretty well. Kairos, continue to annoy the enemy. Though I think perhaps we may want to switch targets to some of the Sepulchral Stalkers and stuff like that, especially if some of the faster units are going to get to our battle lines. Thus, Kairos is going to start moving together with this blob of cavalry that seem to want to move around our units. And damn, that blue fire. That knocked down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 Hex Wraiths and 1 Nehekaran Horseman. Skeleton Horseman, rather. Which, I guess in a way they're all Nehekaran Horsemen, with the possible exception of the Hex Wraiths. And I guess while... Okay, fine. The Necropolis Knights, I guess, can't be counted as Horsemen either. But they can be counted as Nehekaran, so it's a half-truth. Alrighty, and obviously they don't want to go directly through the front, but we're just going to adjust our formation very slightly so that the Pink Horrors can fire on them, the Flamers can fire, and so that the Chaos Warriors can block them in. Gonna drop some bombs from our Regiment of Renown as well as the enemy decides to move in and starts taking hits. There we go. They have to go through the flames, and just out of curiosity, by the time they reach our battle line here, they're going to be at half HP. Not too bad. And we're going to let them move in a little bit, though as we can see the Hex Wraiths are also nearly dead, and this just from Kairos annoying them, and obviously they'll be taking tons more damage from all the magical fires that we have. But otherwise we're going to send in both our Screamers and our Broke Aramen towards the other Necropolis Knights here, and just separate the enemy force a little bit. We're actually going to hit these guys in the back. Oh no, we're going to hit these guys in the back while these guys get hit. There we go. And then we're going to use that Gaze of Fate on them so that they don't do much damage because, well, since they're going to surround our units, we'll need to be a little bit careful. And there we go, and everybody's working together pretty nicely. Handled. All those poor Necro Serpents are going to be exploding real soon. Although Necropolis Knights versus Doom Knights is a pretty neat matchup. Would make a great subject for a Warhammer art piece, Doom Knight versus a Necropolis Knight. Anyway, looks like this little flanking force is just about done. We've suffered very little damage. In fact, most of the barriers aren't even broken. A few of our Doom Knights may have died, but I have a feeling that some of that was at least partly due to our own units. Otherwise, our units are now changing their position so that they're facing this way, while more enemy units move in, though they of course will continue suffering as they do. The enemy is also moving its Necrosphinx way ahead of the Camry War Sphinx riding Lord, so we'll be focusing it down with our blue fires instead. And here come those flames for those skeleton horses. Together with the Pink Horrors firing on them, and the poor Skeleton Horsemen are obviously a very fragile unit, so they can't stand up to this long at all. Camry War Sphinxes dropped to about 2/3 of its HP from Kairos' annoyance, and I just want to once again point out that the enemy units are still charging into poor garrison units. And ain't working out so well. And now look, they've summoned their Ushabti here on top of our unit of Chaos Warriors. Well, I wish them all luck. And ooh, we've also Gaze of Fated our Necros, or the enemy Necrosphinx here at the same time as focusing it down with Flamers, Pink Horrors, and Kairos' Blue Fires as well. So this thing has taken an absolute ton of damage and is already at half HP and is about to drop lower. And just as it was about to get into the fray as well, and before it collides, it's got 1000 HP left and what, maybe 10% or something along those lines? It'll be done for shortly. It's such a lovely unit. Man, I remember being fairly disappointed in the Necrosphinxes last time I did the... Or not the Necrosphinxes, the Camry War Sphinxes, rather. Last time I... Oh, there's the Camry War Sphinx. Speaking of, last time I went with the Tomb Kings, which was in the Arcan campaign, it seemed like the Necrosphinxes were just plain superior in pretty much every way. You would think that the War Sphinxes would work better as infantry blenders, but in my experience in that campaign, though it was an SFO campaign, the Necrosphinxes did just as well, if not better, as infantry blenders than the War Sphinxes, who seem to fail a lot of the time. Though perhaps they would have been better against much weaker blobs of units like Skaven Slaves and stuff like that. Against all Dwarven units, you were just better off bringing tons of Necrosphinxes and not bothering with War Sphinxes at all. Speaking of not bothering with War Sphinxes, looks like the enemy Lord is done together with his War Sphinx, and the rest of the army is about to follow suit. Frankly, there wasn't a lot of the army left, and those full HP units that were moving up are just going to melt before they get to us, which makes sense because all of these slow skeletons would have just gotten destroyed by our range long before they reached us. Well done, Kairos. He softened up the enemy target, and I think we suffered pretty darn minimal losses here, even though it says close victory. I don't think there was really much damage. We were damaged coming into this pretty badly, and while we did lose a bunch of the garrison units, they served their purpose as our decoys. Maybe they weren't even there, maybe they were Tzeentch illusions all along, who knows. Alright, there we go. We had the bonus of the garrison to draw the enemy in and waste their forces trying to kill, and then Kairos' army took basically no damage whatsoever, as expected, and probably why. I was thinking Araru was crazy to try even to take this battle. Let's take the money, I guess. We're gonna heal here eventually, or somewhere else eventually. Hey, Kairos got more post-battle loot, swell for him. And an Iron Curse Icon, don't care about the Tzeentch Mutant, although the disc is nice. Now, where can we hit next? We do need to go to the Great Desert of Araby. Can we hit Xandri from here? We can indeed, though I suppose the question is, can we auto-resolve it? And if we do, most likely this guy, King Njokt, will probably attack us. Because we'll be damaged from auto-resolving Xandri. And thus, maybe we have to keep Kairos here for a turn. As unfortunate as that may be. Maybe it's about time to heal up. I go a little bit overboard on the auto-resolves against the weak, pathetic armies, but obviously the auto-resolve thinks that those weak, pathetic armies are strong enough, and does damage to us. Anyway, El Kalabad and Pools of Despair, both of you need upgrades and proper walls, so let's start on those. Let us also... Well, we've already moved you two into position. I very much doubt that this is going to work out, but you never know. You never know. We'll see what this guy does. Most likely what he will do is he'll change to raiding stance and then move right here to try to attack us next turn. I doubt that he'll try to draw out the garrison because that would be insane. His army's decent, but, well, we got decent amount of flamers to deal with all those Tomb Guard. Honestly, maybe these two armies should actually try to fight this. If he stays close, we'll try to attack. What could also, however, happen is he could move in a second army, which would be much more problematic. Also, while we're here, Vindex, you definitely need Pink Fires of Change if we're gonna fight anything.
More power.
And there we go, and yeah, see, they're building up another army at Numas. I would love to not have to attack Thorek. Can we just go past him somehow? Wait. A raiding stance. You know what? Go here, and we'll see if he runs away and abandons his last settlement. It would be weird, but I've definitely seen the AI do such things in the past. As odd as it seems to abandon your last stronghold. And then next turn... Wait. We can't go past this. Oh, actually we can. We won't suffer attrition here. Yeah, just go into March stance. What's the likelihood he attacks us? You know what, let's just stay away from his settlement in case he tries to draw out the garrison. And ignore him completely, heading down to Numas and then relieving these two to take out Thorek and get that old Grump Slayer thing. Alrighty, well, Kairos, since you don't have to move, we'll move on to the next unit that does, or the next army that does. To the Dragonhorn Mines goes Garrulus. And Pyrrhic This is a... Oh, okay, looks like we're gonna have to manually fight that game. Okay, then. Rude as that may be. And, oh, you have the control thing. Why do you have the control thing? You don't need the control thing. I thought that was a lattice, but apparently not the case. Delete that. We will replace you with the lattice, and then we'll replace that other thing with the Grimoire and money increase building. I was like, wait, which building were we missing? Okie dokie, Vindex, you're staying where you are. Fire! You are heading towards the elves. And where the heck did they go? They ran away. Who are they at war with? Van Heimlings, Shadow Legion, Seducers of Slaanesh, and Nagaron. Where the heck could they possibly have gone? None of those guys are near. Oh, he's actually sailing out? This is a terrible idea, buddy. Why would you do this? Well, it looks like we'll be getting Citadel of Dusk for free rather than having to contend with a full stack here. I suppose he could march stance his way back, or full speed stance, his way back to the Citadel, but he's in full speed, which means his army is going to be considerably weakened when fire inevitably attacks. Ouch. Also, we do have to keep an eye on these guys, but it looks like they are heading somewhere else. We should also double check the changing of the ways. And let's see, we got another reveal faction intentions if we want it, as well as a reveal shroud. We should probably reveal the followers of Nagash here. And you know what, we should probably reveal Camry as well. Yeah, go for it. Not like it costs a crazy amount. And there we go. Anything up here that we need to see? Well, you know what, the Bloody Hands perhaps. As well. Gotta be keeping an eye on everybody. Where are you, Bloody Hands? Right here? I do have to wonder where their next full stack is. I'm sure that they have one, or apparently they don't. Okie dokie. It may also be beneficial to actually see what the Pirates of Sartosa are doing. Whatever it is, it ain't got anything to do with us, fortunately, though, they are moving around out here. And damn it, do we need to see what the, Disciples of the Maw are doing? They're relatively weak right now, so it's not a super big concern, but I'd like to be able to see everything that's around us. Alright, now we can see everything, though it did cost us a pretty penny. Yeah, look at that. Okay, well, Reveal Faction Intentions is going to be the last one, and this one we want... Who do we want to reveal? We have the Cult of Sotek, which is the main one. I guess the Sartosans are somewhat likely to attack us. I would also like to see what these guys are doing, but honestly, it doesn't really matter what their intentions are, because Kairos is here to attack them either way. I think perhaps Sartosa's the best one, because they're kind of near us and could always try to move down towards us at any point. So Sartosa. Alright, hey, and we have Halt Faction nearly ready to go as well. Transfer Settlement's still available. Man, if we could get the, if we could get Karazakarak up to, like, tier 5 and then trade it to ourselves, that might be useful. I wonder what else we could have. Oh, imagine taking Templehof. These guys would probably have leveled it a long time ago. Presuming that they have actually taken Templehof, mind you. Sometimes the AI fails to actually do so. But I doubt it. Alrighty, and the rest of you are good. Looks like a little bit more admin to go and a little bit of a minor battle. Eckhart, you are heading towards... Unless I'm mistaken, you're heading towards Iber. Yeah, he doesn't have one of the cultists, which is unfortunate because obviously the cultists provide the increased mobility, which is pretty useful in pretty much every army. Actually, speaking of cultists, can we get any more of these guys on the field yet? Can anywhere build cultists nearby? Can you build cultists? No. Now we're at 3 out of 3 anyway, so it doesn't change anything. Though we should pay attention to the iridescent horrors. Confident, Corruptor, Channeler, Aggressive, I don't like any of you. Diabolic Splendor, Dark Fury, I don't like any of you. Oh well, what can you do? Corvum, you're headed out to Nagashazar. And we'll see what's going on over there. And I believe that's it. Kairos, you are staying where you are. We got some buildings to build, and I just want to double check on our little rat friends.
Shower me in gifts.
And they still only have the one territory, but that one territory is now at tier 3, and oh, they didn't build walls. Something could take it at any time, damn it. And it seems like the Tong don't like them because of trespasses that clearly never happened, because they don't have any forces here. Why are you lying, game? You know they didn't trespass against the Warhost of the Apocalypse. Obviously that's been up there for a while, but still don't appreciate the lies. Although Tzeentch might. Anyway, let's get back to building. Barrier idols ignored once more. Land of the Dead, no. No. Where's the money? No money here. Talakwa, yes. And I believe you are getting one of these, and yeah, I might as well get your wall up and running as well. Beautiful. And how close are you to the next tier? Getting there, but not yet. You need more money. And you're not switching until these are all ready to go. Although next turn they'll be ready to go, so Kasabar, you're technically ready to go to Dimensional Cascade when we're willing to spend the cash, which is not yet. Same thing will go for you next turn. But you're good for now. No military buildings to build because they're too expensive as yet. Until we get said Cascade, you are good, Karak Zorn. You have all the... okay, you're ready to go, but you're also the most expensive of them all, which I would rather probably avoid. And I'm not seeing any more money anywhere else, which means we can switch to walls and military buildings. You know what? Let's go with walls first. Why? Mostly because the walls will disappear and stop annoying me. And more walls. There we go. Plus, in the extremely unlikely event that, well, you know, some random army spawns in the middle of our territory, I'd really rather not lose any of our main settlements. Once again, the Beastmen have a habit of doing that, just or rogue armies just like spawn in the middle of your territory and attack you. Just really kind of a stupid mechanic, and one of the reasons people didn't like the Vortex campaign, and I completely agreed with the sentiment, because it is a stupid mechanic, but what can you do? Garrison Lord not moved. Don't care, that would be Kairos. Unassigned skill points. I don't think anybody needs to assign any skill points right now, as in nobody here is under threat. Garrulous, time to attack, though I guess you could assign your skill points. I lied. Prismatic Fury, definitely Infernal Gateway, and ooh, I get both, either or. I also have speed and, no, freakish mutations, though you don't have many war beasts right now, or monstrous, and monstrous. And monsters and monstrous units, damn it. Infernal Gateway is probably the most potentially useful here in this particular situation, though the Tzeentch's Firestorm could be useful as well. Increase the armor-piercing damage versus... increase the armor-piercing damage. Let's go Infernal Gateway. I have a tendency to use it more. Alrighty. And let's see what we got in here. Probably not much, but, well, the game says we gotta fight it manually, so manually we gotta fight it. Ooh, piercing bolts of burning? Yes, please. Beautiful. Alright, well, you got the good stuff now. Attack. Yeah, we're just gonna do this manually. This is actually pathetic force, and the game is being obnoxious by saying that we'll lose half our army doing this. Sure, they do have those Doom Divers, which could annoy us, but otherwise not really anything. Oh, and perhaps now that Garrulous has moved away, it's time to get a new lord up and running and get that global recruitment up and running. Though, that would probably mean canceling a few of those walls that we just built, which amuses me and annoys me in equal measure. Start deployment. And yes, it's a walled settlement, but it's a terrible walled settlement because it's this one, which has a huge blind spot. You guys, here. We don't even care if it's rock idols or whatever. Alright, go here, and this is our approach, and this is where we're going to do the damage from. Like so. Keep away from the towers. And that's everybody minus the Chaos Warriors, not chosen. I wish chosen, but not yet. And in fact, you guys Forsaken me in the background. There we go, that's everybody. Start battle. Can this thing reach us from here? It looks like the enemy hasn't even deployed on it. Alright, well, that's just lovely. You guys all go here. You. Start annoying some archers and casting stuff. You can also use Forbidden Rod because the shield prevents it from damaging you, and at the same time you can use your Power Stone. Alright, go down here. And hello, if it isn't a pile of units. Actually, wait. I want to change that cast up slightly. Like... ooh. Which units to cast it on? Too many choices. There we go. Alright, not too bad. Let's go for a Dangerous Firestorm. I don't think it's gonna do too much damage, but you never know. Oh, we might luck out. Ah, this thing's gonna be ready to fire, but not in such a good way. There we go. Everybody else, just move up. Oh. No. You're actually under fire by it. Alright, so let's move you like so. Ah, nope. Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to do this manually then. Like so, and like so. There we go. And how are you doing? I did some damage. Keep casting. This is why I said it would be silly for this battle not to... I mean, to fight this non-manually. There's no real point. And what's your Winds of Magic Power Reserve? It's actually pretty decent. Start casting some blue fires on top of... Oh, you're gonna do the stupid disc spin? Yeah, you're gonna do the stupid disc spin while they move away. Freaking hell. I hate that ability, or the ability, that bug. I guess it's a bug. I assume it's a bug. I hope it's a bug. There we go. Ooh, that was some nice blue fires along that line of enemies standing up there. And then you guys move forward. How's that tower? Not able to fire on us? Maybe a little bit, like so. And there we go. Any more blue fires for you? Maybe. Oh, you're actually basically out of mana. Use that Forbidden Rod, then move here. And then cast blue fires on you. Please don't do disc spin. Nah, you're gonna do the disc spin. Nah. That still did okay damage. Not as good as I'd like, but still okay. And again. You guys able to fire now, yes? And it's time to send you towards the gate. Together with the warriors and the non-damaged units. There we go. We've softened up the enemy quite well. Poor AI, it really doesn't do a good job of bringing anti-air options. It really should look into that. There we go. Ah, no, that's too close. We need to make some distance to do more damage with that. And again, like so, please. Ah, there we go. Our pink cores are now firing. Fire before they all move. There we go. Very nice. And in this one rare situation, this is when our blue fires actually do more damage than pink fires. Extremely rare situation, I should say. Alrighty, how are you guys moving up? Beautiful. And keep away from that tower. Move right there. And you two move there. We'll move in and the battle will be over. In fact, I'm tempted to just speed it up a little bit. Wait for the gate to be broken through. You guys can move up closer, though. Let's say like so. And other pink fours can follow suit. And hey, who dares to attack our lord? A small tower. Okay, move forward, buddy, move forward. How's that gate looking? I guess we need to help you, fine. Send the Chaos Warriors in. And you two move up here and then here. Alright, how are you doing? Maybe cast something. Although, maybe we save the casts for when we break through the gate. There are still more units up there, after all. And a decent amount of error boys. Alright, start attacking that. Save the money. Or money. Winds of Magic. Use a Forbidden Rod, though. And I'm tempted to go for the Arcane Surge as well. Just do it. Alright, maybe now you can cast something. There you go. Now I feel it's a little bit less wasteful. Alright, how's that gate looking? Nearly through, in fact, completely through. And away we go. Everybody in. Nobody better be climbing. I'm watching you, don't you climb. Alright, now we're good. And monstrous units in here as well, please. There we go. Oh, gotta be careful about enemy archers, but we can start opening gates and spawning stuff. How's that tower looking? Still working on it. Getting there, but taking your time as well. Let's do... screw it. I think we'll be fine. Okay, yeah, you need to be careful. Spawn that greater... Open that greater gate, and everybody needs to move forward so that you don't die like an idiot. Yeah, these guys are just so vulnerable. It's one of the unfortunate aspects of it. Alright, there we go. Tower's gone down. And cast. Lovely. And we need to stop these guys from firing, although there is only one of them. Not gonna make that much of a difference. Conquerors. I'd have them climb and join the fray, but I'm kind of wary of them getting attacked. You know what? Let's overcast this, do more damage here. Speed it up a little bit. You can go for one of these, or right there. Oh, you know what? This might call for an overcast. There we go. Before too many of our Chaos Warriors get here, in fact, move them away slightly and then drop it on the enemy. And then the rest of you... Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. That's a lot of damage. And now all of you move in. And we can get the other units, and let's get some Forsaken in here as well. Forsaken, march up. March up. You need to recover your shields. Are you still being hit by anything? Doesn't look like it. You. Cast one of these. And then... No, I was about to say cast the Firestorm of Tzeentch, but probably not the best idea. This will work just fine. And that should be just about it for this battle. You know what? You can land and attack that Orc War Boss as well. And provide some standard die for everybody. It gives them 2 options. More than most of us get. Alright, kill that Orc War Boss, stop him with the Gaze of Tzeentch, debuff him as well, and keep attacking him. And I guess we could send a Forsaken unit out to kill him. Or something. I don't even know where you guys are chasing. Alright, who's still alive? Oh, there's a decent amount of units up there still. Damn. Alright, well. Forsaken. In. I mean, this battle is trivial, as we can plainly see. Think horrors, get in here. Everybody in. And I'd love to drop some spells on somebody, but I'm no longer sure who or where. And you guys are a little bit too far away. Maybe we can fly towards you, or we could go after the reinforcements that are up here. It's also an option. Although they're just gobos. At least these are gobos. Come on. Move closer. Gonna get there eventually. Or is the Lord trapping you somehow? Alright, well, we got Forsaken and more units in here. Yeah, you get Pink Horus here, Pink Horus here. Somebody needs to charge those archers because they're annoying as heck. Alright, go for this. And you get back again, because once again the AI will always target you, together with the War Boss as well. And oh, I actually forgot about the Doom Diver. And we can go kill that with our Lord. Finally something for him to do. Where is it? It's all the way back here. Go kill that. Oh, in fact, do this. There, then it's dead. Won't even need to deal with it. You keep moving away. And looks like the enemy Lord has gone after our Pink Horrors. Pink Horrors, all of you, up here. You're in the way. Chase. And then, let's say a couple of you go this way. The rest of you break through this, which will be good. And the Doom Diver is done, and the battle's over. There we go. Alrighty, end battle. Too bad we don't have any healing on our cultists like we could do if we had Kairos on the field, but that's okay. The damage is otherwise very much minimal, 63, so what, like close to 5% losses. Almost all the damage was on our cultist, who was already the most hurt in the entire army. Though we gotta be careful about getting him so hurt that he was then dying to auto-resolves, because it'll just mean more of these inconsequential battles. Probably could have also used the open gate thing. The changing of the ways to open the gate, but then again, it's not super necessary, like, clearly. So, nah. Occupy the place. There we go, and we actually got a fairly decent amount of cash for that. Nice. Oh, and a Banner of Eternal Flame. Now, that's actually a very nice pickup for potentially Tzeentchian units, especially if we have somebody that has a Kindle Flame Sorcerer, right? Wait, are we able to build, or is that... Oh, let me just check here. Recruit Hero. No, Recruit Hero. Chaos Sorcerer. No, we only have Chaos Sorcerer of Tzeentchian Metal. Damn. I was thinking if we had access to the Lure of Fire, and then Kindle Flame, that would be useful. But we, unlike the Chaos Warriors, or Warriors of Chaos, the Tzeentch version, which do have access to former Warriors of Fire, which would allow for that, we don't have access to it, which is a little bit unfortunate. Although there may be another way to acquire Kindle Flame, though I'm not sure about it. Oh well, either way, there's a couple things we want to do here. First of all, you, Ekrund. We are going to... Oh, we can build flamers here. Ah, no we can't. We could almost build flamers here. Would have been nice. Let's summon a Lord here. Specifically to recruit units. So let's say one of these guys. It doesn't really matter which one, unless there's a... I'd try Kronos, but there's no guarantee that what he has is what we want. And I wish I remembered whether Questor Paradoxium had the recruitment skill. Is there any way to actually see what skills you have from this particular screen? And if anybody knows it, please tell me, because I don't know what it is, if there is a way. Because there really should be. Nah, you only have one in the blue line. I want to see what actual skills you have, but you do have 4 points to spend, but it might not be good enough. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for a random Lord, Iron Skin, Hideous Visage. None of this helps with recruitment, does it? Yeah, alright, let's just take, let's say, Mr. Cunning here. Pinioned or Cunning? You know what? Pinioned, in case you have to run far. Like so. Disc of Tzeentch, no need to pay for that. That cost us extra money. Then skills, Root Marcher, and Serve or Die is what we wanted. As well as... anything useful here? Well, we gotta go through Draftmaster anyway. So here, Draftmaster, and... we can't reach to Renowned and Feared, unfortunately, for that extra recruit rank by 1, but I guess we could get called by Changed for the 1 turn that we use this. And just so I don't forget, I'm gonna rename you Recruiter. Of... what? There we go. Recruiter of Fate. Perfect. And now, what we want to do here for you is, Garrulus, you need 2 Spawn of Tzeentch, 2 Flamers, 2 Doom Knights. Marvelous. Which are going to cost a pretty penny, but it is what it is. 2 Spawn of Tzeentch. They're going to take 4 turns. Damn. This is going to take forever. Whatever. 2 Spawn of Tzeentch. And I guess 2 Doom Knights. Well, 1 Doom Knight for now, it's all we can afford anyway. Damn, it's expensive. But what can you do? And then we can just transfer them over when Garrulus is done here. You can just stay in Ekron for like 8 turns until you're ready. Honestly, it might have actually been faster to do this way, but it's too late now. I forgot that we only have very minor amounts of global recruitment. Does the building that increases global recruitment increase it for everywhere or only in the territory? That would be the Knight building. Oh, that's ironically this building, isn't it? No, wait, it's not. Yeah, it is this building. Local recruitment capacity +2, but global is up here by 1. Yeah, so we get increased local, which doesn't really help because we're not building any of these knights. We want the Doom Knights because we need an aerial unit to go after the enemy artillery. And potentially for going up walls and doing other annoying things to annoy the enemy. I suppose we could just replace it with Screamers to make this a little bit faster. They'll still be better than the Chaos Furies. Though that said, you currently buff all non-demonic war beasts, monsters, and monstrous units, and you don't buff demonic units at all. And we'd have to get Hammer into Anvil for you to buff Doom Knights. Demonic melee units. Wait, which of these things? Oh, it would be Warp Fire. Demonic flying units, so we'd have to pick between one of those. Yeah, I suppose what we could do then is not get the Doom Knight right now, but instead get the 2 Flamers, and then get the 2 Screamers here as well. In fact, you could just recruit the Screamers yourself, rather than the Furies. Although,
serve the changer of ways.
The Furies actually technically have a higher melee attack, 43 and 67 weapon strength, well that's minus the brutal business. And these guys are higher rank, maybe we just wait on this. We'll simply transfer all of these guys to Garrulus, and then we'll build the Doom Knights afterwards, while he's running around doing things, so he doesn't get too far away. I think that's the way we do it. Anyway, unfortunately with that, we're out of time, and next time we will end the turn pretty much immediately and hope that King Rotik tries to attack Springs of Eternal Life, or at least moves close to it, thereby getting ambushed and attacked by these. But even if he doesn't, we will be attacking him if he's in range, because, well, we do, I think, have enough Flamers to be dealing with all these Tomb Guard, because they're so slow, the Flamers can just kill them. If all the enemy cavalry are taken care of, these guys move at a 28 speed, and Flamers move at 50, so until they run out of ammunition, they can basically destroy this by themselves. In fact, if we were to silence the cav or destroy the cav as well as the Screaming Skull catapults, the Flamers could probably win the battle together, or rather alone, without the rest of the units as long as they had ammunition. Anyway, so that'll be that for next episode, as well as fire attacking the Citadel, and yet another war for us as we begin to colonize Lustria, as well as while destroying the elves and whatever else we run into here. I don't know what's alive, though. Maybe we can get a nice little alliance with the Awakening and get a few of those Vampire Coast units. There's certainly a possibility. We'll find out if that is the case next time or in the next couple of episodes, so stay tuned for more Kairos. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.